are still with Chandima Gooneratne, and we were discussing the 3 areas of racing that he is interested in. And you were saying, Chandima, that there are hardly people who are interested in all 3 areas together.
Yeah, I've not come across a lot of people. I mean, the interest is there. Very few people actually take
initiative to
get involved with all
right.
3, because you see, you need to put a lot of effort into one. I also believe this, to be honest, right? Though I sort of take part in everything, but you have to put a lot of effort in terms of learning one subject in this particular thing is a big deal, because there's a lot to learn. So to learn 3 different things is pretty hard, pretty difficult.
Right.
So I don't see a lot of people doing it, but I'm sure there are. But it's not something that you come across a lot.
Okay. Right. So before I get into more details, I'm quite interested in off-roading. Before we get into that, there are a few images that we should like to see.
Yeah. So this is basically the car, which is what I'm currently racing at the moment. This year I'm driving this car. This is a Formula 4 EFI.
Right.
And basically what that is pretty much the machine. It's a 1300 engine.
Okay.
It's quite quick because, as I said, it's very lightweight.
Yes. And that how long have you been with the machine?
This particular one is just a year. That's we are running this year.
Right.
Before this, it was the older version of this, which is a carburetor one. It's a different engine. It looks pretty much the same, slightly smaller, but it's slightly slow as well.
Okay, so from the point where you are right now in racing, what is your perspective of racing in Sri Lanka in general?
Well, like I said, racing in Sri Lanka now has suddenly just completely boomed. It's now what you would call a category A sport. I mean, it's a real hard-hitting sport. It's very disciplined. The people that are coming are very professional, which is good to see, and they're coming in at a very young age as well.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, this year alone we have more than 10-12 races, which is, you know, was pretty unheard of a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And they're all pretty big races. You know, you get Colombo night race, you get Kandy night race, you get this, that. You know, you have series in Pannala, you have championships running concurrently now. So it has just completely boomed, which is very good. Because it's a sport that's taken very seriously now, motorsport.
Right.
Both on-road and as well as even the off-road bits. As well.
And do you think there's appropriate training for the people who are aspiring towards that?
Well, there is training. There's a lot of people actually trying very hard.
I'm talking about within the borders of Sri Lanka.
Yes, in Sri Lanka, yes. In Sri Lanka, there's a lot of people trying very hard to put in infrastructure for young kids to actually develop into motorsport, right? And it's there. I mean, there's a lot of good karting places that you can send some young kids to and learn the basics. There are no training schools as such. There's nothing at the moment.
Right.
It's something that is definitely lacking in Sri Lanka, because you need to go generally to another outside country to get some sort of driver training, good driver training. But you know, these places, Speedrome, Bathurumulla, all these different sort of places, they get people from outside to come in and teach you as well from different countries, so that it gives you some sort of, you know, education on the subject, and you don't have to go to Malaysia or wherever.
Yeah. So you believe that there is potential?
There is, and it's improving, and a lot of people are trying very hard to get that in place.
Okay. Yeah. So moving away from Sri Lanka, that is, you've been trained in Dubai, I heard.
Yes, actually I did my driver training programs in Malaysia.
Okay.
Quite a long time ago, actually about 5 years ago, I think 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay. There's some footage going on.
Actually this is actually Dubai. This is actually when I went and drove actually a car very similar to a Formula 1. This was actually it's 3 sessions, three different courses basically.
Right.
This is not the car that we race here. It's a much faster car. This.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So tell us about how you what was the training like in Dubai, and how beneficial was it for you for this move?
Well, like I said, this particular training, what I did in Dubai was more on an experience-based one, just to get a feel for another sort of car to drive, or something closer to the high-end cars that we don't have here. But the training I did in Malaysia is pure driver training. That is classroom sessions, you know, things like that. It's more theory than actual practical driving. So, I mean, both of them are good. Dubai was definitely more fun though.
Yeah. And overall, you think that you've achieved what you always wanted to, or is there?
Yeah, I mean, in that sense, I never wanted to get into racing for some odd reason. But one of my CEO actually pushed me into getting into racing and saying, why don't you give it a shot and all of that, and I did, and I had a very good first year, to be honest. In 2002, in my inaugural, the first year, we ran 3 championships concurrently, and I managed to sort of win all 3 of those, which was just a great achievement for me.
Right.
So we're running another championship now, but that's a one-off. So it was a nice.
But when you look back, you're satisfied.
I'm incredibly happy. Yes.
Okay. So one advice that you can give aspiring racers out there who are watching us.
Well, well, it's like any sport, to be honest. You know, you need a lot of. It's not as glamorous as you see on TV when you watch a race. How it is, you know, there's a lot of hard work that goes mentally and physically as well. There's a lot of mental training, mental preparation. You need to learn,
a lot of discipline
and you need to read books. So you know, you need to get that information in. If you don't have the opportunity to go abroad and get that training, or get that training here. Physically also you have to be very fit, because these cars take a lot out of you while driving. So you need to marry those two, and if you do that, I mean, if you have that drive and passion, you can definitely go ahead and reach great heights.
Awesome. Unfortunately, time is here bordering us to stop the show. We have to wrap up the show today. Thank you so much, Anand, for being here. We will hopefully call you again to be on the show. So we'll be present for you with another very special guest and lots of information and entertainment tomorrow as well. See you tomorrow and have a very, very good day. Bye-bye.